Anytime we try to control someone's behavior, that can be grades, points, scores. That can be giving kids cash in exchange for grades. I've been surveying kids, tens of thousands of kids during the decade that I've been doing this work. And around 20% of kids are getting paid for grades. It can be higher in some places and lower in other places, but it's around 20% is the average. And then when I ask them if they're getting stuff in exchange for grades, it's like 25%. But then I also get to ask them in a confidential sort of way to tell me if they believe that their parents love them more when they get high grades and less when they get low grades. And the average in middle school is around 80%. They say, yeah, I believe my parents love me more when I get high grades and less when I get low grades. And in high school, it's even higher. That's an extrinsic motivator. That's called love in exchange for performance, or on its opposite, withdrawal of love in exchange for performance. That's an extrinsic motivator. Tracking our kids on their phones, the 24/7 portal usage, don't even get me started. Happy to spend 3 hours on that. I'm not saying we can't use these things. These are important tools, extrinsic motivators, but they're also, unfortunately, undermining motivation. They actually make us want to do the thing that someone else wants us to do less. If we want our kids to not want to learn math, pay them for their math grades. The work of Dan Pink, Edward Deci, and then like 50 years of really good research on extrinsic motivators. In fact, the research is solid because we know it's solid because we have what are called meta-studies or metadata, so studies of the studies to make sure they're solid, showing that when we offer extrinsic motivators for something, we undermine not only a kid's motivation to do the thing, we actually, and this is not just kids, this is everybody, we also undermine creativity. So if there are music and theater and art teachers here, I am so sorry, you're in a catch-22. You are being asked to evaluate your students' work according to grades and points and scores, and yet doing so actually undermines their creative output. It reduces the amount of time they spend on it, it reduces their personal investment, and it reduces the objective creativity